अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो महाप्रसन्नाय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरहरे गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तदभक्ताय तवैवास्मि तवैवास्मि अन्यदिवां दयाविना इति विज्ञानात् तन्मयमाम्। My humble obeisances in the lotus feet of my Paramarathatam Guru Padma Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad Astutvasya Samarpati Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, and same in the lotus feet of my Shiksha Guru Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad Samarpati Vedanta Swami Maharaj. Yesterday we told the life history of Nityananda Guru and Haridas. What was written in 22 markets. His blood, his skin, his everything went away. Only bones were there. But he was not dying. Then they requested, oh, Prabhu, if he will not die, then Kaji will, keep my whole digestive. Oh, Haridas Thakur told, oh yes, then I'm dying. But he went in Samadhi, and then Kaji told that, throw him in Ganges. And they throw again Haridas Thakur. I say Hare Krishna chanting and came out of the Ganges. Then Kaji went there and baked apple eyes and then told, oh, you are now free to do Hari Kirtan anywhere, no ban on you. You are Jindaku, and means you are Mukta Mahapurush. Then Kregali, Mukunda, Narhari, Raghunanan Thakur, Abhiram Thakur, gradually all the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all over Bengal, they began to come and meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Navadvip. Now, Kirtan was going every day, everywhere. And then, one day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas and told, Suna Suna, Nityananda Suna Haridas, Amar Agyay Kara, घरे घरे एक दीक्षा यहाँ बोली आर नाम बोलाइबे नाम बोलिबे दिन अवसाने आसी हमारे कहिबे आज्ञा पाई दुईजने बुले घरे घरे बोल कृष्ण आओ कृष्ण बजा हो कृष्ण। और नित्यानंद प्रभु, माय डियर नित्यानंद प्रभु, हियर हियर, ओ हरिदास ठाकुर, यू शुड आल्सो हियर. You should go door to door of Navadvip city, and every and each house you should take some bhiksha, donation. What donation? Bola Krishna, Bhaja Krishna, Para Krishna Shiksha. Only one this. Oh, you should speak Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And by that you will serve Krishna, and he will we will give darshan, and you will be liberated and you will be happy. Nothing there, anything. Don't take anything, donation or anything, only. And in the end you should tell me, oh, who is not chanting by your penning might be order. Then if not doing, I will cut their head. Then they began to both became very happy, and they began to go east, door to door. Now you.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Dhananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Vanchakapatarubhischa Kripa Sindhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. First off, on my most respectful obeisances, onto the lotus feet of my Diksha Guru, Nitya Leela Vishnu and Vishnupad. Astottara Satya Shishimat Srila Gurudeva Maharaj. Again, I offer my most respectful obeisances onto the lotus feet of my sannyas and Shiksha Guru, Om Vishnupad. Astottara Satya Shishimat Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj. And finally, I offer my most respectful obeisances on the lotus feet of my Param Gurudeva, Nitya Leela Vishnu and Vishnupad. Astottara Satya Shishimat Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and Nitya Leela Vishnu and Vishnupad. Astottara Satya Shishimat Srila Bhaktivedanta Keshav Maharaj, all Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and especially Srimati Sannyasis. So, Srila Gurudeva, he's explained that in Sri Nabri Dham, now Nimai Pandit, he is reunited with his brother, Baladev, who's now appearing as Sri Nityananda. Also, so many Vaishnavas, Advaitacharya, Srivas Thakur, Srila Haridas Thakur. So, he has given the order to Lord Nityananda especially, and Srila Haridas Thakur, that, oh, Bolo Krishna, Bhaja Krishna, Koro Krishna Shiksha, that, oh Haridas, oh Nityananda, that I want that you go from door to door and you ask people that they give one donation. What is that? That they chant the holy names of Krishna, that they worship Krishna, and they follow the instructions of Krishna. So, very blissfully, Lord Nityananda, Sri Haridas Thakur, they left Satyananda Gaura Hari, and they went down the path of the Ganga. And going, then Lord Nityananda and Sri Haridas Thakur, they would go from door to door and knock. Then, knocking on the door of a householder, then they say, oh my brother, Bolo Krishna, Bhaja Krishna, Koro Krishna Shiksha. Will you do? Will you do? Haribol, please chant, please chant. And then they go to the next door. Oh my brother, Bolo Krishna, Bhaja Krishna, Koro Krishna Shiksha. Will you do, my brother? With great love and affection was the mood of Lord Chaitanya, of Lord Nityananda, and Srila Haridas Thakur going. But in their midst, they would see some people who were not so friendly. And they say, oh, get out of here. What are you? You're a thief and you're coming to case out our joint. Out, out. In their wanderings, then Lord Nityananda, he saw two brothers. And they were in a very deep drunken stupor. They were sometimes rolling on the ground. Sometimes they would get up and hit each other. And they were big, and they were mean, and they were bad. You'll see on Sunday. very big, bad, and mean. Hitting each other. And then the next moment, they would embrace each other and roll on the ground. Totally drunk, out of their minds. Lord Nityananda, he looked to one of the townspeople and he said, who are these people? I have never seen people in such a degraded, intoxicated state in my whole life. And he was speaking out of great compassion. He was feeling so much sympathy, so much sorrow for them. And then the villager explained that this is Jagadananda and Madhavananda. That they come from a very aristocratic Brahmin family called Bandopatthaya. And they, though being brought up, coming from a very, very high caste, going back for generations and generations, but now they've deviated. Why? Why? Asatsang. Asatsang tyag e Vaishnava. That one who takes bad association, then this bad association, then it can spoil all good things. And the proof, Jagai and Madai. And now they were associating with other dacoits, and they had performed so many sinful activities that the scribe of Yamaraj, his name, Chitragupta, just thinking about their sinful activities, trying to copy, then he fainted. Lord Nityananda was thinking that, oh, that these people are so fallen. And my Satyanandan Gaurahari, he has come to liberate the fallen people of this age. So definitely, if these people, if they become liberated, Jagai and Madai, then certainly my Gora, he'll be celebrated as Patit Pavan, Savior of the most fallen. He was thinking that I, Nityananda, that definitely I will deserve the name Nityananda if I can be an instrument of my Lord to deliver these people. So then, Lord Nityananda, Avadut, he does things in a very peculiar manner. Then he went up to these two drunkards, and he said, oh my brothers, please chant the holy names. Please worship Krishna. Please take his instructions. And he was speaking with so much compassion, with so much love and affection. We see that Srila Gurudeva, that he's bringing that love and affection. Why? Because Srila Gurudeva is Nityananda Prakash. That same love and affection is flowing. But how did they retaliate? Who are you? What's your name? And immediately they got up and they started to chase Lord Nityananda and Srila Haridas Thakur. Lord Nityananda very gleefully, he was running. But Haridas Thakur, he was much older, and he was struggling behind. But what saved them was that Jagai and Madai, they were so drunk that they did not know where to go left, where to go right, and they were stumbling and falling, and they just fell down. Then, at the end of the day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gaur Sundar, he had instructed Lord Nityananda and Srila Haridas Thakur, at the end of the day, you come back and you tell me about your preaching activities. So then Lord Nityananda and Srila Haridas Thakur, then they started to explain what happened. And they said, but we came across two drunkards who were very, very resentful, who were very antagonistic. Previously, they were Brahmanas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, what are their names? One of the devotees offered, Jagai and Madai. And he recounted their history. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very angry. That, oh, if they treat my devotees like this, then I'll have to deal with them very, very severely. I'll have to punish them. Lord Nityananda, he said, oh my Lord, that you've appeared to save the most fallen. That now you have these two. But the whole world, they will become like Jagais and Madais. What will you do? Will you cut off all their heads? No, you are Patit Pavan. And if these two are liberated, if they are given praying, then really you'll be celebrated as Patit Pavan. He said, oh Satyananda, please, that you lead them to me. And my desire is that these two will be liberated. Then Satyananda Gaurahari, he said, oh Nityananda, that because you have this desire, certainly they'll be liberated. Srila Haridas Thakur was there. What he did. After this encounter, he went to Srila Haridas Thakur. Srila Haridas Thakur went to Advaitacharya. And he said, oh, Advaitacharya, your Nityananda, he's doing the most odd things. Sometimes he's going into a milkman's place, he's milking the cows, taking the milk and running away. Sometimes he's going to a farmer and he's asking, oh please, can I marry your daughter? Another time, he's going and he's riding on top of a bull and he's going, Mahesh, I am Mahesh. Other times, he's jumping into the Ganga and he's chasing the crocodiles and he's wrestling with the crocodiles. And you know what happens? The crocodiles turn away and they swim away, running in fear. What kind of person? And now, last thing, he took me to these two drunk men who were so deplorable state. And we just about got away with life. And he wants to give them, he says that they will become recipients of this praying. Then Advaitacharya, he laughed. He said, He said, Nityananda, he's intoxicated with Krishna praying. And you'll see that very soon, that you will not just have those two drunkards, but 3 of them will be intoxicated. But not intoxicated. 4. Nimai, Nitai, Jagai, Madai. And they'll be intoxicated with Krishna praying. So, time is running. So then, again, they were walking. And these drunkards, they also saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nimai coming from this kirtan from Shiva's Angam. And at that time, they went to him and said, oh, I hear your kirtan is very nice. Can you do one to Goddess Chandi, Durga? We have all paraphernalia for this kind of kirtan. What? Oh, we have some wine, this, that, and we can have a very good time. Nimai just ignored them and just kept them going. Then, Abadut was passing by one evening, and he saw them drunk. Abadut was just wondering, absent-mindedly, just going here, going there mentally, apparently so, but internally he was thinking that, oh, I want to deliver these two souls. Their eyes were rolling, and in that state, leaning on each other, they looked up, and they saw Abadut, and they said, hey, who are you? What's your name? And Nityananda very childishly said, oh, Abadut. What do you want? He said, oh, I'm begging you. And with so much love, he said, please, chant the names of Krishna. Please worship Krishna. As he was saying, then they took one earthen pot with Madai and threw it and hit Nityananda. And Nityananda, his face was now, his forehead was bleeding and this blood was coming down his face. The devotees, townspeople, they ran and they told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As soon as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai, heard, he came from the yoga pit, coming down the banks of the Ganges, and very, very roaring, in a very, very roaring mood. And then he called, Chakra! Immediately, the chakra. And he was just about to release the chakra to cut off the head. And then, Lord Nityananda, he got up and then he held him. He said, oh, Nimai, that actually, Jagai, he helped me. That when Madai was about to throw, Jagai stopped him and he held his hand. And the pot slipped and it just glanced my forehead. And though blood's coming down like this, it's just a very, very small cut. It's not bad. Nimai just heard that Jagai helped me. And then immediately, Nimai, he went and he embraced Jagai. And immediately, embracing Jagai and saying that you have done service to my Nitai. May you be blessed with Krishna praying. All the devotees, they'd seen him receive the Haribol, 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 Haribol. What happened to Jagai? Receiving the embrace embrace of of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he fell to the ground in a state of ecstasy. Nimai said, please, he said, get up, get up, get up. And when he got up, the holy names were coming from his mouth. Madai was looking. He was on the ground. They were so drunk, but now, seeing the chakra, all their drunken stupor was gone. And Madai was thinking, how about me? He was waiting for the embrace. And then it wasn't coming. Then he said, but how about me? Will I not receive mercy? We stole together, we did this together, we did that together, we did this together. So now he's receiving praying, will I not receive praying? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no. He said, why? But I know who you are. You're the Supreme Lord. That previously, you've liberated so many demons. You've come in so many incarnations. So you can find a way. He said, no. Because you have made offense to Nitai. And my Nitai is more dear to me than my very self. That I cannot. He said, but you are the Supreme Lord. Therefore you can find a way. Please find a way. And then he said, only way is if you get the mercy of my Nitai. And looking at Lord Nityananda. And then Lord Nityananda, he said, oh my Lord, that you have come to give praying to all of these people, that whatever, highest whatever devotional activities are performed, then please, you can take that and you can bestow on him. And whatever bad things I have done, please, you discount that. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, but Nitai, that by your mercy, he can receive. Only by your mercy. And he instructed him to embrace him. And then embracing Madai, then Madai now also, he fell to the ground. And when he was raised up, then he was also chanting Krishna Nam. In this way, Jagai and Madai, they were not only liberated. In previous ages, the Lord, he would come. And those who were demons, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Shishupal, Dantavakra, they were killed. But now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come, and with the insistence, with the inspiration of Lord Nityananda, he's not killing them, but he's opened the storehouse of love of God, and now breaking the dam, which is blocking. And what is that dam? That dam is the time factor. And who broke the dam? Lord Nityananda, employing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You are Patik Pavan. You have come to give this. So now is time. Now you give it. And now this praying, which is coming, starting from Navadvip, this Antadvip Mayapur down, and it's flooding throughout the world, and now coming in Alachua, coming through Nityananda Prakash in the form of Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Maharaj. So, in this way, Gaur Leela is still going on even today. And we're very fortunate to receive this Gaur Leela. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave instructions. He instructed his devotees. He said, now you should not see that they perform what past sinful activities they perform, what offenses they make. Hitting Lord Nityananda, don't see. But now you see that they're my surrendered souls. And you should, and in this way, instructing Jagai and Madai, that now you take shelter of Harinam, and also you serve the Vaishnavas. Nahami jam pratativyam tapasho pasamenava tusyayam savabhutatma guru sushu vitarita. What pleases the Lord most? Service to Guru, service to the Vaishnavas. You serve the Vaishnavas. And in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he took Jagai, Madai, along with Lord Nityananda, the associates, and then they engaged in an uproarious kirtan, going to Yogapeeth, to the house of Satyananda and Gaurahari. Satyananda and Gaurahari ki, Sri Nityananda Prabhu ki.
After this, Jagai and Madai, they fell down on the lotus feet of Gaurachandra and Nityananda. Mahaprabhu told them, in future, you should not do any kind of sin. Don't take meat, eggs, wine, and other things. Don't give any problem to anyone. Then they promised, Adnareva, I am promising that in future I will they daily used to broom the ghat, that all Naudipasi used to come to take bath in that ghat, Bathing Ghat. And those Vaishnavas and all others used to come there. Now they used to take the dust of all who used to come to take bath on his head. In this way, honoring all Vaishnavas and serving all Vaishnavas, they became Param Vaishnava. Now, everywhere in our week, Kirtan was going. In each and every houses of all the homewasi, all the householders, wife, husband, children, all, and also some neighbors, with kartal they used to chant Hari Hare Nama Krishna Jatavaya Nama Hare Nama Krishna Jatavaya Nama Jatavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Jatavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna They used to tell that, oh, Prabhu, Kaji, in Navdeep Nagar, everywhere Hindwani is going. All are chanting Hare Krishna and all these things. He told that, go and tell them not to do, otherwise I will, with police, I will come and I will take their jati. I will make them Muhammadan by giving the water from my pot. And I will take everything from their houses. They went to stop the kirtan. But when they returned, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. They came to Chandkaji Samadhi, Chandkaji, and they, what became? Have you stopped Hari Bol? Oh, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. What happened? You should tell Hari Bol, Hari Bol. He could. And also, the Mostak and also word. Oh, they were changed totally. Then Kaji told that I will tomorrow go and visit myself. And if I will see anywhere doing kirtan, once I will take his whole wealth and everything and whole dynasty I will make known them. Next day he went and he heard some kirtan in Sivasandar. At once he went there and then he broken the mridanga and they stopped them all. What are you doing? Nonsense. You cannot do Harinam Sankirtan or any Sankirtan. Don't do Hindu one. And next day I will come, if he will see, I will take everything, I will punish. Srivas Pandit went to Mahaprabhu and told, Chandakaji Samadhi, Chandakaji himself came and she broken my mridanga. And then Mahaprabhu come very furious. And what became? You.
Jnanandrasalakaya Chaturangena Tasmai Sindrave Namaha Gurudeva Chandraya Radhikaya Chakaya Krishna Krishna Bhaktaya Padbhaktaya Namo Namaha Namo Mahavarnaya Krishna Prem Hridayate Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namyo Shri Namaha Namo Mahavarnaya Krishna Prem Hridayate Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namyo Shri Namaha. Before I say anything on the basis of devotion of our spiritual master, is he brought to the Swami Prabhupada, and also the same unlimited obeisances for those of my Sannyas Guru and Siksha Guru and Supreme Grace, So, the first civil disobedience movement in India was not started by Mahatma Gandhi, it was started by Mahaprabhu himself. Seeing the atrocity of stopping the Sankirtan movements, Lord Chaitanya organized a massive civil disobedience movement in Navadvip, organizing all the Hindus to go out into the streets carrying torches to all the 9 islands in massive Sankirtan. Everyone, children, women, men, it was thousands and thousands and thousands of people chanting the holy name, an uproar. So this uproar became so voluminous that when they approached the palace of the Shankazi, then he became very fearful. In fact, he hid in his room. And when he went into his room, Lord Chaitanya actually had a relationship via his maternal grandfather, Nombar Chakrabarti. So by that relationship, there was a close kiss and kin with the Kazi and Mahaprabhu. So the Kazi was actually like uncle, Mahaprabhu was like nephew. So even though he organized a civil disobedience movement, when he came into the palace of the Kazi, he was very respectful for his governmental position. So he was still very sweet and very humble, as all Vaishnavas are supposed to be. So he came into his uncle, exchanged respectful greetings, and then he put forward a question to his uncle. He said, "My dear Kazi, I have one question for you." He says, "The mother cow gives you her milk, and you are drinking. And the bull is like your father. He's plowing the field, and you're eating those grains. So the cow and the bull are your father and mother. Why do you slit their throats and kill them?" So he spoke this to him. When he had first heard about the incident of stopping the Sankirtan, he said, "I will kill all the Yavanas." The Yavanas were mostly all the Muslims. But he came in here and started a logical debate. So when the Kazi heard this argument, he was very intelligent, and he then posed a question back to Mahaprabhu. He said, "Also, well, in your Vedic Shastras, there's also allowance for conflict. There is 2 paths on the spiritual in life. One is called Vritti-marg and Nivritti-marg, or the path of enjoyment and the path of renunciation. On the path of renunciation, there is a forbiddance of killing the cow." So this remark actually was incorrect. The Vedas are eternal scriptures. They're absolute. So whatever they say is good for all time. So in the Vedas there is no allowance for killing. But Mahaprabhu countered that there are sometimes experiments done with the animals by the first-class brahmanas by which they can kill a cow and revive it by the power of mantra. Because there are no powerful brahmanas in Kali Yuga, this act is forbidden. But he told Kazi, because you cannot perform this act of reviving a cow, that you are forbidden for killing this animal. And it is also said in Shastra, Vihadnaradi Purana, Aswamidam Gavalambam, Asanyasam Palapatchikam, that there are 5 acts that are forbidden in this Kali Yuga, one of which is cow killing. So, in this way, Mahaprabhu challenged him and defeated him. Because the cow is one of the 7 mothers. And therefore, the mother should be always respected, and of course, her life should never be taken. So then, Mahaprabhu also had another question. He said, my dear Kazi, also I noticed that you have initially stopped this Sankirtan, but now I see Sankirtan going on around Navadvip. So this seems to be a contradiction. How is it you are now allowing this Sankirtan to go on? So the Kazi said, I can tell you, but I have to tell you in a private place. I cannot tell you right here. So Mahaprabhu said, we are all familiar with each other. No one here is envious. Why don't you speak in front of everyone? So the Kazi unfolded his mind. He said, I will tell you the truth, because I had a dream. After that night when I smashed in the Dranga and stopped the Sankirtan, there was a half man, half beast, or a man who had the head of a lion, who came into my room and jumped on my chest, and with long nails scratched my chest, and he revealed to everybody his scratches on his chest. He said, if you do anything to stop my Sankirtan movement, then I will tear you to pieces. So I was very afraid. I didn't want to see that first beast again. So I made sure that the Sankirtan movement is not impeded. So then, Kazi was talking about your Hare Krishna movement. He says, actually, Mahaprabhu, your Hindus, they worship God as Narayan. So I see Narayan as you, God himself. So the Kazi said this, Mahaprabhu said, actually, you are completely pure. Because you have chanted 3 names, Hari, Narayan, Krishna. I accept you as pure. So this is the power of Nam Sankirtan. This is the glories of the movement that Lord Chaitanya himself started, founder Acharya. We are carrying on in those footsteps, taking the holy name from village to village, to town, as the Krishna Mahaprabhu, Nagaragram, Sarvajapator Harivi, and Maranam, that in every village, every town of the world, this name of Krishna will be heard. So we want to participate in Lord Chaitanya's movement, then we should carry this name to all the villages and all the towns of the world. So when Mahaprabhu said that to the Kazi's heart melted. He fell down to the feet of Mahaprabhu on his chest and said, I will ensure you that from all my generations, even after I have left, no one in my dynasty shall ever stop your Sankirtan movement. So the Chanakazi was very merciful, and even during, I just said in history that even during the Muslim-Hindu riots that sometimes took place, the Sankirtan movement was still not stopped in Nadia. And even though we have a lot of Hindu and Muslim problems, actually the Hindus and Muslims also used to get along very well, even during the time of the Muslim occupation. the actual conflict between the Muslims and Hindus was started by foreigners outside of India, as you might know from studying the history. So, Kazi permitted the Sankirtan movement. Lord Chaitanya succeeded in defeating him, and anyone who goes to Navadvip, they can see the Samadhi of Chankasi, which is a champa tree. There's a champa tree coming out of it. A very beautiful tree down the road from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's mount. So, in this way, the Mahaprabhu and Chankasi Lila unfolded. And thank you very much. But I would like to make one comment, if I may, about the previous Lila. I was told by Asha Maharaj, because when the Lila with Nitya Madhara was finished, the devotees noticed that there was a black mark that came on the back of Mahaprabhu, which was all the simple activities of Jagai Madhara. So Mahaprabhu told them, if you do kirtan, this simple mark will be removed from my back, and it will go into the hearts of all those who are blasphemers, those who are committing Vaishnava Aparadha. So Gurudeva says that there is so many hellish planets, but Krishna has to conceive of a worse planet for those who are Vaishnava Aparadhis. So those who commit any kind of sin towards some person who is trying to preach the glories of the Lord all over the world, those deep sinful reactions come onto their heads. So we should never commit Vaishnava Aparadha. We should recognize the devotee. The devotee can be even more powerful than the Lord himself, as in the case of Hanuman in Ram Lila, who jumped across to Lanka. Even though Ram had to make a bridge, Hanuman jumped. So the servant of the Lord can in some cases become more glorious than the Lord, just like Krishna made Arjuna more glorious on the battle of Kurukshetra. So those who have surrendered to Nityananda, Nityananda can empower them to become just as glorious and more glorious as him, as in the case of his divine grace, Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Raj, who is spreading the glories of the Lord all over the world at such an advanced stage. So all glories to you.
So Chand Kaji now became Vaishnava. Chand, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Kaji, oh Chacha, I have come to you to ask what you are hidden here. Why hidden? Then he told that in life, when I broken the mridanga and other things, a sing mouth sing, lion, and all body like milk. He came to me and at one seat, I nursed. He wanted to, but
Dear my chest.
Oh, you are giving a problem in Kirtan? I will kill you. From today you should not do like this. And I promised. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told him, why you take cows, beef? You know, in India from ancient times, we call cows because they give milk, so all we think mother, and the bulls they plow, and so much corn, wheat and all kinds of grain comes, and then our life is saved. So father and mother, but why you kill? You should not kill. Then he told that in our Bible there are two kinds of horse, liberty and pravritti. Pravritti means
Positive side and negative side.
positive side and negative. No. Those who are in Grihast life, And ordinary peoples, they will eat meat, beef and other things. But those who are some religious, they will not take all these things. But Mahaprabhu told that even their father and mother, we should not take it. And he gave some examples. You remember that arguments he gave? Oh yes. Then from ancient times, they used to do fratricide. And there, Gomet Yagya, cows was slaughtered. And then what becomes? There is again. He used to recite mantra, and the cow who is killed, in a very young way fall. So if you can kill them and again you can, then you can do what you see used to do. That is why in Kali 5 things are prohibited. Aswamedam, Gavalambam, for this. So, then Kaji could not tell anything, he became silent. And then he promised, in my dynasty, I am declaring that anyone will not cut or take any beef or anything. And they will not give problem for Sankirtan. If they will do and take beef, then I forever. This. So in this way, now everywhere, Chandakaji Samadhi or anyone, now no getting problem for Sankirtan. Now, without fear, all began to do Kirtan, and they used to honor Nimai Pandit. But there were some Padua, students and teachers of Navadip, who were against of this Kirtan movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They used to think that Nimai coming from Gaya, now he is doing something else which is not right. One day some students went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at that time, he was in mood. He was telling that you should tell Gopi, Gopi, Gopi. Not Krishna. Not Hare Krishna or anyone. The Padua students came and they saw, then they told, why now you are chanting Gopi, Gopi, not Krishna? Then Mahaprabhu became furious, angry. He was in Gopi mode. We thought Krishna sometimes he cheats. So he was angry. Then when he took some stick and run after him to beat him, and that Padua, the student, run away. But now they had a meeting of all the students of Navadip. And they decided, if this son of Sachi Maya, he will beat you, we will also beat him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this. And he began to think, Anila, Palika Khanda,
Kop nivarite, Urotiya male kop nahi nivarite.
I brought some sweet candy to remove cough.
Mucus.
But it went on increasing, What meaning? I came to give bhakti, and now they are making offenses to me, demand to me. Oh, I should not be now grihastha. And what became Shyamran?
Om Agyanam Timirandasya Gyanam Janasalakaya Chaksuram Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Srila Gurudeva has ordered me to speak about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sannyas Leela. As he explained, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested so many moods over so many years of his pastimes in Navadvip. And his deepest mood, the mood which he came to this material world to experience, that is Krishna, the mood of the gopis. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu one day was feeling great separation from Krishna in the mood of the gopis, chanting Vrindavan, Gopi, Gopi. And one of his students challenged, why are you chanting Gopi, Gopi? There's no mention of Gopi, Gopi in the Vedas. You should be chanting Krishna. And from chanting the name of Krishna, you'll get great piety. So Mahaprabhu, in the mood of the gopis, just as when Srimati Radhika was feeling separation from Krishna in Uddhav Kheri, when Krishna went to Mathura, she was chastising Krishna in her mind and to the bumblebee, that Krishna, for no reason, he cut off the nose and ears of a woman. He's such a debauchee. He killed Bali, the king, without any good reason. He's a cheat, as Srila Gurudeva said, why should I chant the name of Krishna? So, in that same mood of Srimati Radhika and the gopis, he went to beat that student and chase him. And that student became so afraid and fled for his life and went to all of his student friends. And when they asked what happened, he said, what do you mean what happened? I'm glad I got here alive. And he explained how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going against the Vedas. And the other students and teachers who were very puffed up by their material learning and their birth as a Brahmana, not understanding at all the moods of Mahaprabhu. They said, who is he? He's not any more important than us. So what? He's the son of Jagannath Mishra. Our father is no less than him. We're also Brahmanas. We can give him curse. So they were planning in conspiracy to beat him. And so, as Srila Gurudeva explained, one day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, deep in thought, he was saying, his associates were there, I have come to give Pipali Kanda, a sweet medicine that cures mucus, but instead it increased the mucus. I came to this world to deliver the world from the clutches of Maya, repeated birth and death, and to give them prem. But instead, by my activities of revealing my mood, I'm destroying the world. How? Because these people are offending me. That's the worst thing that they could do, is commit offenses to me. They'll never be able to be delivered. So, just as a pure devotee, humble, if anybody wants to harm him, that devotee only wants to do good, just like Prahlad and his father. So Mahaprabhu said, I must do something good for them. I'll take sannyas, and in that way they will show me respect, and in that way they can be delivered. So he didn't want everybody to know. So he told a few people of his plan. He told Nityananda Prabhu, Gadadhar Prabhu, Chandrasekhar Acharya, and his mother also knew, and Mukunda knew. Yes. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew that his mother would not be able to remain alive. Even Nityananda Prabhu thought, how could he do this terrible thing of practically killing his mother? There's no way she'd be able to remain alive. Even Gadadhar Pandit said he's supposed to be following religious principles, but it's against religious principles to leave one's poor mother. So Mahaprabhu went to his mother, who was on the verge of death, knowing this future separation, and he consoled her by telling her that you're always my mother. Anywhere I am, in any birth, you're always my mother. You were Krishna, and I was Krishna Garbha. You were Kausalya, and I was Ram. In every birth, you were Yashoda, and I Krishna. In every birth, you're my mother. We can never be separated. She was somewhat consoled, but she and everybody else who knew couldn't stop but weeping and being stunned like statues. Then the morning, some days before he took sannyas, he was visited by a sannyasi from Katva, Kantak Nagara, named Keshava Bharati. Keshava Bharati was visiting Navadvip, and as it's the custom, householders always invite sannyasis to their home. Bona fide Vaishnavas who worship Lord Narayan, Thakurji, Shalagram Shila, they will ensure that bona fide prasadam is there, and so the sannyasis can take prasadam. So Keshava Bharati came to the house of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, at which time Mahaprabhu begged him for his mercy, because he's in the role of a householder. Please give me your mercy and deliver me from this material world. So Keshava Bharati told him, you can't cheat me, I know who you are. I know you're the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and I am just your servant. I'll do whatever you want me to do. So then he left Navadvip and went back to his village. And then the day came where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going to take sannyas. And that day he very joyfully performed Sankirtan over throughout Navadvip, went to all of his friends, embracing, joking, talking with all of his friends. He went to Kolavecha Sridhar, who he would always joke about taking his lokis and sabjis. And he said, please give me a loki. Or Sridhar gave him a loki, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought, no longer will I be able to take these gifts, so I must take it tonight. So he gave that to his mother and said, please make me loki, very sweet. And somebody else gave milk, so he gave that to her. Please mix this milk with the loki and make a wonderful sweet preparation with sugar, camphor, and so many nice spices. Then he went to the room of Vishnu Priya Devi, his eternal consort. And he was acting very differently with her that night than he usually did. They had been married for many years, but in all those years, he had hardly paid any attention to her. He was always in the mood of separation from Krishna, Ha Krishna, and dancing in the ecstatic kirtans, as you've heard in the past few days. But now, he entered her room, and he was dressed very lavishly, like a rich householder. And he started speaking to her with very loving words. Decorating her hair, garlanding her, giving tambul bitika, pan, with his own hands into her mouth. So, naturally, you might have expected that she would have been very happy and enjoyed this, but not at all, because she was remembering that earlier that day, when she went to take her bath in the Ganges, on the way to the Ganges, she stubbed her toe, and it was bleeding. Then, while she was bathing in the Ganges, her nose ring, which she had received at the time of her marriage, fell off into the Ganges. And she looked and looked and looked, searched everywhere, but couldn't find it in the water. So then she began weeping and went home. And Mother Sachi asked her, why are you weeping, daughter? Why are you weeping so bitterly? And she told her what had happened. And she said, I fear that something very inauspicious is about to occur. So she remembered this, at the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's speaking so lovingly, decorating her hair, giving her tambul vidika. And she's thinking that this confirms, he's never spoken to me hardly, what to speak of with loving words. And now he's speaking so sweetly to me. Surely something inauspicious is going to happen. She's thinking, just like a hurricane lamp, just before it's about to go out, it rises in its light, and it goes buck, 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 finished. And then it goes out. So she's seeing, here's the rise of affection in my Lord Chaitanya, and I know something's going to go out. So she tried to stay awake, but no matter how hard she tried, by the Lord's influence, Yoga Maya made her eyelids so heavy. She sat on her eyelids, it became like 10,000 pounds. She couldn't keep her eyes open, and then she fell asleep. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rose, looked back at her once, and then left. And just at the doorway, he saw his mother, Sachimata, standing just like a statue, not able to say a word, tears all dried up. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell at her feet, circumambulated 3 times, told her, you're always with me in my heart, I'm always with you in your heart, but I have to go now to search for my beloved Krishna. And now it's the dead of night, and very cold and raining, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in that condition, jumped into the Ganges, very freezing water, and swam all the way across to the other side to Kantak Nagara, where he went to the place of Keshava Bharati. And so many devotees found out that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was about to take sannyas. So they all began to grieve, fall unconscious, weep bitterly, become stunned, and they all went to that place. And Chandrasekharacharya was requested to perform all the ritualistic ceremonies. Gadadhar Prabhu was there, Nityananda Prabhu, Mukunda Prabhu, as the chief assistants to his taking sannyas. The barber was called. Of course, Keshav Bharati was so happy. He was in ecstasy. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, I had a very strange dream. In that dream, a great personality appeared to me, and he gave me the sannyas mantra. I'm not sure if that was actually the sannyas mantra. Can I tell it to you, and then you can tell me if it's right? So Keshav Bharati, of course, agreed, and Mahaprabhu told that mantra into the ear of Keshav Bharati. Yes, that's it. And then Keshav Bharati told it back to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In other words, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was actually the initiating guru and not Keshav Bharati. So he was in so much ecstasy knowing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission and that he was actually going to have his association, whereas the whole of Navadvip was going to become like a vacant morgue. Everybody would be so miserable, like the next minute they were about to die. So the barber came to shave Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's head. Just that thought, just as the other members of residents of Navadvip and the barber, just thinking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not having a shave, not having his curly, beautiful black locks of hair, and not being able to put a garland on those beautiful curly locks, even that barber began to weep. But somehow or other he was able to do it, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas. And then he said, now I'm leaving. I'm going to the forest to find Krishna. So Keshav Bharati said, I want to go with you. So Mahaprabhu took Keshav Bharati and Mukunda and Gadadhar Pandit, and Chandrasekhar remained to go back to Navadvip to give the message to all the residents and to trying to console Sachi Mata. And later on, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to Puri, then he wanted to go to Vrindavan, he came back to Shantipur. And at that time, one thing, Sachi Mata had been fasting for 12 days, just about to leave her body, not eating, not sleeping, nothing. And then they told her, now your life has returned. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to see you in Shantipur. So everybody went, from everywhere. Somehow or other, millions of people fit on the boats to go to Shantipur. Thousands of people got on the boat sunk, and somehow or other, by the power of the Lord, they were all able to swim across the river. Some people put a barrel on their stomach and used the barrel as a raft. Everybody was building rafts and somehow or other getting to the other side. So millions of people from all over Gaudadesh was there to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his new sannyas vesh. At that time, Sachi Mata was there and requested him that don't go to Vrindavan, go to Puri, stay in Puri so that I can at least get some messages about you, some information about you. So everybody was there except one person. And who is that? Vishnu Priya. Why? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us that if we want to do bhajan of Krishna, then it may be easy to give up some things. But if one can give up the most near and dear thing to him, then that shows Krishna that I really want to do bhajan. So the most near and dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Vishnu Priya Devi. And she was thinking, what fault is there in me that everyone is here to see Nimai Pandit, or now he's Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Keshav Bharati was thinking, what name can I give my new sannyas disciple? Well, he's spreading the name of Krishna, so I'll call him Sri Krishna. And he's giving life in kirtan to the whole world, the whole universe. So I'll call him Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. So now, Vishnu Priya is thinking, everybody is coming to see my Lord except me. What is my fault? My fault is that I love him more than anybody else. And that's why I'm away. And he also loved her more than anybody else. So he's teaching, this is what's required to do bhajan. So what did Vishnu Priya do after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left? Srila Gurudeva explained that although Mahaprabhu is so renounced, Vishnu Priya is even more renounced than he. She would chant all day and night the Hare Krishna mantra and always be absorbed in the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna. And every time she would chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, she would take one grain of rice as a counter, a bead, and move it. And then gradually she did that all morning till noon. And then she had some grains of rice, she was chanting and chanting, and she cooked those grains of rice. First she washed them with her tears of separation, and then cooked them, mixed with some vegetables, gave that to Sachi Mata. Sachi Mata offered it to her Narayan deity, and then gave a very small portion to Vishnu Priya, and then she would honor that prasadam. So this very same Vishnu Priya, she is Satyabhama in Krishna Lila. And Srila Gurudeva was asked, how can, Navadvip is not different from Vrindavan, so how can Satyabhama come to Navadvip? So Gurudeva explained that there's a statement in the Vedas that all contradictory elements rest harmoniously in Krishna. So Radharani became Gadadhar Pandit, Lalita and Vishaka became Swarup Damodar and Rai Ramananda, and all the different incarnations, Rama, Nrsimha, Varaha, everybody, all the incarnations were present in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So all their devotees came to get the darshan of Mahaprabhu, who's the sum total of all incarnations. So Vishnu Priya is the eternal consort of the Lord. And Gurudeva tells how in Modadrumadweep, that same Vishnu Priya as Sita asked Lord Ram, why are you smiling? He said, well, when I come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I will leave you. Now, I will abandon you and you'll go to the forest. Then, in our pastimes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Vishnu Priya, I will go to the forest. In this incarnation as Ram, I will worship your deity, and in our pastimes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Vishnu Priya, I will give you a deity of me. So she would worship that deity and actually talk to that deity. And they would associate in that way. When Sita asked Ram, why do you want to leave your wife, Vishnu Priya, and your mother? What benefit is there in that? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained that there's two parts of love, separation and meeting. And without separation, which Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, separation and meeting increase unlimitedly forever in praying. Without that separation, meeting can't be nourished and nourished infinitely forever. So this is the glory of Vishnu Priya. Gurudev said all males should become like Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, and all ladies should become like Vishnu Priya Devi.
In this way, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in the house of Advaita Acharya, Shashimaya told him or prayed him, "Oh Prabhu, until Mahaprabhu will be here, I will cook for my son and he will take prasadam." Then Advaita Acharya also was agreed to this point. Also, Sachimaya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, first day when Sachimaya met to Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at once fell on the feet of Sachimaya and told, "Oh mother, I became mad. I took sannyas. If you want, I will give up sannyas and everything. Again I will come to you. What you want?" Then Sachimaya told, "Oh, now you have taken sannyas. So I cannot tell you that you should give up sannyas and come again to house. But one thing, you should promise that you will not go to Vrindavan because it is very far away, and Jagannath Puri is very nearer to my house. Time to time, the person from Puri will come and go, and from their mouth I will hear about you. But if you are in Vrindavan, I cannot hear." Mahaprabhu promised that I will not go to Vrindavan. I am going to Nilachal. Then, after 4-5 days, 10 days, after 10 days, Mahaprabhu again did pranam to Sachimaya and took his permission and took permission of Advaita Acharya, took Nityananda Prabhu, Chandrasekhar Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit, Mukunda, only 5%. Javdan, only these 5. And then he proceeded towards Jagannath. After that part happened,
Jnanativaramnasya Janandana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurudeva Namaha Vansha Kalpatarupyasya Vipasindhu Vevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. First of all, I offer by Abhinutut Dandavat pranam to the Lord's feet of my beloved Gurudeva, Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Pariyarak Acharya Ashtatata Srimad Bhaktivedanta, Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Then to all the Acharyas in the line of Srila Rupa Goswami Pada, to all the Tridani Swamis. I ask for their blessings. If I say anything wrong or don't know, they will fill it in. And also to all the Vaishnavis present who have come to hear the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from his boyhood up to the beautiful pastimes in Puri and South India. So I want to give a little introduction. Yesterday Gurudeva asked me to speak, if I could speak something on Keshava Kashmiri, and I was not really prepared. I'm always busy with doing nothing, so no time to study, hardly. Then I told Gurudev this morning, if you tell me what I can speak upon, then I may try again today. And Gurudev said, okay, you can speak on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking sannyas. And I said, okay. And Gurudev said, or you can speak on Dandabhanga Lila. Can you do? I said, I will do on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's sannyas. So again I missed the point. I studied about Mahaprabhu's taking sannyas, and I haven't really studied on the pastime of Nityananda Prabhu breaking Mahaprabhu's danda. So if you allow me, Gurudev also asked a permission, I can speak a little bit more about what Mahaprabhu's significance of the Mahaprabhu's taking sannyas. Srimati Shamrani Didi has told so wonderfully. I was amazed, I could never do that like that, but whatever she left or didn't say, I will try my best to say something. So, see, now that we've done, that is the Gupta Vrindavan, non-different from Vrindavan. Mahaprabhu leaving Navadvip, taking sannyas, what is the significance of this? As Srimati Shamarani Didi explained, when Lord Ramachandra in Treta Yuga met was in Mangachi, Godrundvip, with Lakshman and Sita Devi under a big banyan tree, then he was smiling, and Sita Devi asked, why are you smiling? Then he said, oh, very soon Kali Yuga is coming, and at that time I will take sannyas and go to Puri. Then she said, why are you taking sannyas? Leaving your mother behind, your faithful wife? He said, you will be there, you will be Vishnu Priya, my mother will be there, and I will leave both of you. Then Mahaprabhu, Lord Ram explained, when there is love, only when there is a proper understanding of these two aspects of love, meeting and separation, then we can understand the real meaning of what we describe as love. The living entities, we are all thinking that we have in this world so many wonderful relationships, loving relationships. Conditioned soul is thinking like that. And those who come in the fold of Sri Guru, in the trap of Mahaprabhu, they realize that in this world there is no such thing as love. We have an eternal relationship with Krishna, but we have forgotten. How can we revive that? Only by the causeless mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that is why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he took sannyas for the living entities. He left Navadvip, but really, Sachi Putra, Vishnu Paranadana, he never leaves Navadvip, he never sets one step out of Navadvip. Only as a naimitic Leela, a Leela specifically for this material creation, he lives as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah? In Navadvip, he is not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In Puri, he is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Or in Godavari. Yeah? Just as like in Vrindavan, Krishna never sets one step outside Vrindavan. Krishna eternally stays in Vrindavan. So does Srimati Radharani. Yeah? But Krishna has several aspects. Yeah? As does Srimati Radhika. When Krishna goes to Mathura as a Naimitic Lila, then Srimati Radhika, she is in Nandagan, Udavkeri, experiencing extreme, deep moods of bhav, yeah? Feeling separation, Dibyoman, Rajalpa, so many ecstatic moods she's experiencing. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as we heard, the first day, second day, he came to experience these moods of Srimati Radhika. What she is experiencing when she remembers, yeah, our meetings. Why is it that she embraces a canal tree? Yeah? What is it what she experiences, the happiness when she remembers the sweet playing of my flute, or the smile on my face, or the beautiful form and the activities that we have performed. So meeting and separation, these two aspects, they help each other in the happiness of love, of praying. When there is meeting, then externally we are happy, but internally we forget. We are not experiencing so many things that are left out. Whereas when we are in separation, then the beloved and the lover, they remember all the sweet pastimes that took place when they were meeting. So internally there is an intense experience of happiness. That is the special quality of separation. In Prem Sarovar, Sri Krishna was astonished when he saw Srimati Radhika sitting on his lap, a bumblebee coming, yeah, and she was so much in mood that she said, chase that bumblebee away. And then Madhu Mangal, he chased that bumblebee away, and when he came back he said, I chased Madhusudan away, he will never come back. Don't worry. Then Srimati Radhika fainted. Oh, my Prananath, my most beloved, he has gone away, he's never coming back. In the lap of Krishna, she fainted. And Krishna was so astonished how she felt such a high mood of separation while being in his presence, that he thought, yeah, I should go to Mathura. This was one of the reasons. I should go out of Braj. And then they will all be very happy, experiencing, remembering my presence. Yeah. Then Mahaprabhu, yeah, for this very reason, he went out of Navadvip to experience these deep moods which Srimati Radhika experienced in Nandagan. In Vrindavan, Krishna is Brajanandana, Shama Sundar. When he goes to Mathura, his mood is changing. No longer he has the peacock feather, the flute, the Gopadesh. When he goes to Dwarka, it is not there. When he goes to Kurukshetra, also not there. Similarly, when Srimati Radhika is in Vrindavan, in Braj, she has these deep moods of Madanakya Mahabhav, meeting with Krishna. And she's called there Vishwabhananandini. She's complete. Yeah? And there the eternal Ashtakarya Lila are taking place. Not in Mathura, not in Dwarka. When she is in Nandagan, when Krishna goes to Mathura, she is called Viyogini Radhika. Yeah? Always in the mood of separation from Krishna. Not Vishwabhananandini. And when she goes to Kurukshetra to meet with Krishna, she is Samyogini. Radhika. Similarly, when Mahaprabhu is in Navadvip, yeah, he is complete. Yeah, he never leaves Navadvip. There the eternal Ashtakarya Lila Shikatari Mahaprabhu is going on. When he takes sannyas and he goes out of Navadvip, he goes to Godavari to meet with Rai Ramananda to learn, yeah, about the deep ecstatic moods that Srimati Radhika experiences. Why Mahaprabhu appeared? For this reason. Srimati Vishaka Devi, Rai Ramananda himself is teaching in Godavari these deep moods. Why she is doing that? Yeah? Srila Gurudeva explains why not Swarup Damodar could have explained that. Because Swarup Damodar, he is the incarnation of Lalita Sakhi. And Lalita Sakhi has some different moods than Srimati Radhika and Vishaka Devi. Vishaka Devi is born the same day as Srimati Radhika. She has the same mood as Srimati Radhika. She can very easily explain and teach Mahaprabhu in the form of Rai Ramananda. And that is called the mood of Samyogini Radhika, which was in Kurukshetra. So Mahaprabhu experienced this in Godavari, then going to Puri as a sannyasi, always absorbed in the mood of Viyogini Radhika. What are the deep emotions, spiritual emotions that Srimati Radhika experienced in Nandagan, Udapkeri? He is experiencing this with the help of 3.5 intimate associates in Gambhira. Sarup Damodar, Rai Ramananda, Sikhi Mahiti, and his sister, Madhavi Devi. So in Gambhira, he is experiencing these deep, deep moods. Why is this for us, the living entities? To remind us that unless we develop a mood of separation, we will not be able to meet Krishna. Mahaprabhu is teaching by his own example, and he has empowered Srila Rupa Goswami to teach the living entity this mood of separation. Like in morning, Srila Gurudeva was asked the question, how can we develop this mood? Gurudeva said, first with Guru, yeah, with Sri Guru. If we feel separation from Gurudev, then we can also nourish our mood of separation for Sri Krishna. So this is Mahaprabhu's primary goal for the living entities, to help us realize that this mood of separation is very most important for our bhajan. So this reason, Mahaprabhu, he took sannyas, and as a Naimitic Lila, he left Navadvip in order to teach all living entities the mood of bhajan in separation. And we may say, what is it? Yeah. We hear that in separation there is so much happiness, remembering the intimate emotions that we experience when we are meeting, that it says for this happiness is more, it gives more happiness, is superior than the happiness of meeting. But Srila Gurudeva is telling, for a neutral person, it may be like that. But really, for gopis, it is not like that. Gopis, they want to meet Krishna always. What they experience in meeting, it may be so much happiness. They came to Kurukshetra, they met with Sri Krishna, but they were not satisfied. They wanted to meet with Krishna in Braja, where all the inhabitants of Braj, the peacocks, Govardhan, Delhi, Chameli, all is there, Kalindi, and that is where they want to meet with Krishna, not in Kurukshetra or in Dwarka. They want to meet in Vrindavan. So this is the inspiration which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by the medium of Srila Rupa Goswami, is bringing to the living entities, that we can perform this bhajan in the mood of separation in order to attain the eternal shelter of the service of Sri Radha and Krishna. But that is why Mahaprabhu took sannyas and left Navadvip. Now Mahaprabhu is going with his associates to Puri, and there the pastime took place of breaking the danda in 3 pieces. I want to stop here and ask Lord Maharaj or anyone to help me with this one. Thank you for your attention.
When he left Santipur and began to go towards Jagannath Puri, so many days went. Sometimes Jagdanand used to go to bake something and bring, and they used to take prasadam. In this way, when they reached nearer to Puri, a place, now Saptabhamapur, and there Mahaprabhu went to beg and kept his dant with Jagdananda. Jagdananda was taking this dant. Nityananda Prabhu took this dant and proved that whole world takes Mahaprabhu in his heart, and he will carry this dant with his hand. It is not good. And he at once did into 3 pieces. When Mahaprabhu returned back, oh, where is my danta? Then Nityananda Prabhu is broken. How it broke? Oh, you were dancing and fell upon this and so, then he thought that Nityananda Prabhu has done. Then he became angry. Only in this stage, God was alone with me. None was with me. And you broke it and fell away in this river. Nityananda Prabhu told that I have not broken. But then he told Mahaprabhu, I will let go with you all. Either you should go ahead or myself go, you should come. And then they told that Prabhu, you should go forward. Then Mahaprabhu began to walk to temple, and what became, we will discuss tomorrow. This little girl will come and sing a song.
Hare Krishna. So, today, Srila Gurudeva mercifully has given some initiation, and tomorrow no more initiation.
Come on here.
Initiation will take place again day after tomorrow, 9 a.m. So, no more initiation tomorrow. Initiation will take place day after tomorrow, 9 a.m. And so many new devotees has come who has not met with Gurudev yet. For them I am announcing they can meet tomorrow Gurudev between 9:45 to 10 a.m. in Gurudev Bhajan Kuti or Mukunda Prabhu's house. And tomorrow is big Harinam Nagar Sankirtan. So all devotees will take part in Nagar Sankirtan. They should not come to for darshan. Only the new born people who has not met with Gurudev, they will come there. Hare Krishna. Any other comments?
First time meeting Gurudev, right after program. Downstage, 15.
And who has not met with Gurudev, they can contact with Sripad Mukunda Prabhu and sign their name, then Mukunda will send them there. No old people who has met with Gurudev already. Because there's no big place, and tomorrow all have to go for Nagar Sankirtan. Hare Krishna.
Naga Sankirtan, 11:30 tomorrow. Yeah. Actually, if you go to registration booth, right after the program, Indupati is organizing.
And day after tomorrow, in fire sacrifice at 10 a.m. here in campground, who has taken second initiation for male person, they have to shave their head and clean cloth and they come for fire sacrifice. For female devotee, no need to shave their heads, and they will also come in fire sacrifice. Who has taken Harinam or Diksha, anyone, all will come in fire sacrifice. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Now we have a small competition for devotees. They will speak for 3 minutes about the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the winner will get Srila Gurudev's garland from today. So, ladies first today. Radha Kanti, Didi, you can speak first. You have the whole audience. 3 minutes. Any other speakers? Ram Govinda Prabhu, you can come up in front. Ram Govinda Prabhu. Sahadev Prabhu. Sahadev Prabhu and Giridhari Prabhu.
Hello?
Begin.
First, I want to give obeisances to my Diksha and my Shiksha Guru. Om Vishnu Patra Mahasa Parivarga Prataya Supurika Pratishya Bhaktivedanta Raya Maharaj. And second to all of the devotees here. Srila Gurudeva once said in Gaur Purnima that if one reads all the Vedas, he cannot find out what is the essence, what is to be done, because there's so much dharma and adharma, so many things to be done that you will be confused at the end. So Gurudeva said, just go to the seed. The seed is Om. It's Omkar. And when this seed opens, it becomes Brahma Gayatri. This is Veda Mata, the mother of all the Vedas. And in Brahma Gayatri, it is said, Vargo Devasya Dhimahi. Meditate in Vargo, the potency of Deva Krishna, the potency of Krishna Srimati Radhika. So this is the essence of all the Vedas. Gurudeva said once, here, 5 years ago, in his Dasa Puja, that for a very long time, his heart wanted to speak something, so he would reveal it to the world. He said Gayatri was a gopi, is a gopi, from Golok Vrindavan, and she's actually Radhika's Paradasi. And Krishna brought her here and married her by force to Brahma. She didn't want to. So she did bhajan for thousands of years in order to go back to Golok and become again a servant of Srimati Radhika. So the Swarup of Brahma, Gayatri, transformed into Kam Gayatri. The seed of Om transformed into King. So she opened the path. By chanting this Kam Gayatri, one will become a maidservant of Srimati Radhika. So also, Vyasadeva was not happy after he compiled all the Vedas. So Narada Muni asked him, why are you not happy? Have you written about Krishna and his pastimes? No, Gurudeva. So he revealed everything in his heart, and he wrote the essence of all the Vedas, the Vedanta, the final conclusion of all Vedas, which is Bhakti. Bhakti Vedanta, that's the final conclusion. That's a Srimad Bhagavatam 12 cantos. So Vyasadeva, he wrote Srimad Bhagavatam, and he wrote the verse, Janmadiya Syajatum Vayati Prakashtartisu Avidyasura. Tere Brahma Haridaya Arikamaya Muhanti Yet Suraya. Tejavani Mridham Jata Vinimayo Jata Visarkavisham. Dhamma Sara Sadaniya Skapuhakam Satyam Param Kinmahi. He's saying, I'm meditating the supreme truth. But Gurudeva once, we were in Mathura, and he invited all the great Pandits, the most highest Pandits and scholars of all Braj in Peshawari Gaudiya, and he asked to speak about the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. They all spoke, and Gurudeva concluded with this verse. He said, there's a general meaning, but the meaning Gurudeva said was, I meditate supreme truth means Srimati Radhika. This is the essence of all the Bhagavatam. parents. So Janmari, he says he gives birth. Okay. So he says, Janmari, but Srimati Radhika, she gives birth. She's the origin of all rasas, because she is the origin of Madhurya Ras, so all rasas manifest from her. Without Radhika, there is no rasas. She is Janmariya Serato Anvayati Pratash. This is Rasa Leela actually. And she is directly manifest with Krishna. And when she leaves Rasa Leela, she is indirectly there. Abhigya, she's full of knowledge because she's the embodiment of the 64 arts. And Swarat, very important word, she is independent. Krishna is not. When Radhika leaves Rasa Leela, Krishna goes running, Shata Shata Koti Gopis, millions of gopis. But Krishna is not satisfied. So he goes running after her and is weeping and weeping. Oh Radhe, Radhe, where are you? So he falls at her feet. And at this time, who is independent? Srimati Radhika. Also, Madhavakya Mahabhav. She's self-manifested it. It's not manifested from anybody, not from Krishna. So she is independent. Brahma, she herself infused all this knowledge in the heart of Sukha, the parrot, all these rasas, and even the demigods become bewildered. Mohyanti Shuraya. So it's actually Rasa Leela. Tejo means fire, the moon becomes paralyzed. Vani means the water, Jamuna, becomes still. And Vani, Mridam, the earth, which is solid, melts the stones. And she herself manifests the Shri, Hu, and Leela Shaktis. So Satyam Param, Suana Seva means beyond this Maya, this cheating place. There's a transcendental world of Golok Vrindavan where Radhika is always engaged in giving pleasure to Krishna. So Satyam Param, and meditating this supreme truth, Srimati Radhika. So no one was able to come and give this essence. Before Ramanujacharya, Sampradaya, then Vishnu Swami, Ningaditya, Madhvacharya, all came, but no one was able to give the essence of Bhagavatam, which is Radha Dasya. So Mahaprabhu, Anarpita Charinchirat Karneva Signu, Samarpaditum Unata Ujvala Rasa Sodakti Hiya Shriya. Hari Purata Sundari Ruti Sadam Vakanta Sada Hidaya Kandares Puratu Pad Satchidanta.
Next one, please audience, listen very carefully. In the end, you have to vote who
You have
was
to
the best
judge
speaker.
because the topic is the glory of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
And we have equal, all our spirit souls, no any other consideration.
So Bhakti Prabhu and Sridhari Prabhu will come forward.
Om Jnanati Mirandasya Kevalandana Salalaya Chakshurun Milikam Dena Tasma Sri Guruve Namaha. By the order of Gurudev and Vaishnava's presence, please give me the blessing so that I can speak. I'm a little nervous. Never spoke in the audience like that. But what since I was trying to hear properly what Srila Gurudev was empowering through his sannyasi and other disciples to speak what is the purpose of Lord Chaitanya, Lord Sri Krishna's coming in Kali Yuga in the form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Srila Gurudev explains, if I recall, that he said there is a two purpose. One is internal reason and one is external. Internal reason is for himself, Sri Krishna. He wants to, by quoting that verse, Premaraso nirjas korite asadan, ragamarga bhakti luke korite pracharan. Ei dui hetu Rasita Sakara Krishna Parama Korum, ei dui hetu eite ichhara udgam. So first reason, the internal reason, Srila Gurudev quoted, Radha Krishna Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho Panaeva Sattva Jeno
Adbhuta madhurima kitrisha va modiya Shakhanchasya mad anubhavat kitrisha veti lova tad bhavarta jani sati garva sindhu harindu. So first, internal reason for himself, he wanted to relish the essence of all the rasas. In order to relish, he developed three desires. First desire was that what is the glorious greatness of Srimati Radharani's love. And that desire developed, as Prem Proyojan Prabhu and others explained, from the many incidents in Krishna's Leela he has experienced. Shoshanbadda Dasha, Prema Vaichitra, where Lord Sri Krishna, the objective consciousness from his angle, and then he saw that Srimati Radhika, who is the Pranaya, whose Pranay Mahima. Pranay means where Srimati Radharani offer her body, physical body, mental body, everything, heart, her consciousness, her chitta, everything completely offered to the Lord Sri Krishna, and Sri Krishna also offered his everything to Radharani. That stage is called Pranay. But in the Pranay means empathy feeling, that whatever she is feeling, he is feeling, and whatever he is feeling, she is feeling. But he noticed that something she has that he does not have. She is feeling, she is relishing when she sees what is the quality, most astonishing quality in him. She is relishing to the highest degree amongst all, and because she is the Mahabhav Swarupini. So Krishna found himself that, oh, I want to relish that. How is that she is relishing so high that I cannot relish or taste that? So then he developed the desire, I want to take that mood, that form in order to relish. Then, and also, Sakkam Chasya Matanu Bhavat Kidrisha. So then also, after she realized that most astonishing quality in him, what she feels so ecstasy after seeing his love. So this is also another creative desire with him. This was in short. And then external reason, Srila Gurudeva says, one reason he gave, Jada Jada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata paritranaya sadhanam vinasaya chadushkritam, like this. Another one, I'm just making short. And then another one, Advaita Acharya, when he was so angry, he was mad to bring Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here, because Mahaprabhu, without Lord Sri Krishna, nobody can distribute the highest destination for all the jivas, that Radha Vaishnava or Praja Prem. So he said that if nobody, if he doesn't come, then I will destroy this universe. So to please his, or to keep his word. And the third one was Anarpita Charim Chida Purnaya Bhatrina Kalo Samarpit Unnata Ujjala Rasa.
So, and third, Giriraj Prabhu.
And I saw that Prabhu. I saw it.
And third, the fourth, Gandhari. Very Gandhari.
I saw that Prabhu. Didn't he come start?
When this was saving from dark world of fear and mind. Most people are afraid of material existence. Most people are afraid of material existence. Therefore, they take shelter of sideline methods of either material enjoyments, by which they become totally mad, or they take mystic perfection to the posture of jnana, and take the indirect method. In this way, they are constantly ignoring the truth because they cannot accept that truth. Only by chitbal or transcendental strength can they develop the desire to enter into their factual nature. And with only pure transcendental understanding. People are proud of video or science in this world, but real science is Krishna consciousness. The purpose of vidya is bhakti, not pride. Also, the Supreme Lord is not impersonal, and it is only by favorable ways that one can enter into his pastimes, those pastimes. The nature of the Supreme Lord Krishna's pastimes of enjoyment with his associates distributes all impetuses to the jiva and explains everything, as according to the verse in the Mundaka Upanishad, Yad Vijñātum Sarva Ivam Vijñātum Bhavati, including the purpose for the jiva's sojourn within the material world. Shri Krishna is the taster of all rasas, but he cannot only taste one thing, that is, the exalted moods of Swami Radhika. He wants to taste that though. By the reflected perversion of this exact desire, the jiva falls into Maya. But by Shri Krishna Chaitanya's enacting, the highest audarya is expressed. Shri Krishna is indebted to his closest beloved servitors. That is the nature of his personality. He is indebted to the gopis during the Ras dance. They give up everything. So here, Mahaprabhu has given up all trickiness as Krishna. And he is showing the jivas everything, even that even the jivas fall into Maya was to the highest purpose. He points out, in the mood of his, he does this in the mood of his beloved in order to repay the debt of the gopis that he incurred during the Rasa dance. Now, in order to repay that, he has come in this way. Then, when the jivas see this, they actually recognize, because he's not that their supreme, they recognize their Supreme Lord in everything, his nature, and thus they emerge into an ocean of bliss. This has not been given before, and after Archana Mishra. One more thing. The jivas understand why they have been created at this time.
I offer my obeisances to the lotus feet of Srila Devi Narayan Maharaj, who has so kindly come to America to give us all his transcendental knowledge of Lord Chaitanya's mission. And I offer my obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, my Diksha Guru. Srila Gurudeva has given us in the Mangala Charana in the songbook a beautiful prayer by Rupa Goswami from the Vidagha Madhava. Narshita Chirinchira Karunaya Varjina Kalo Sama Pahitomu Natojvara Sansvavati Shriyam Hari Parata Sundara Juti Kadamba Sandipika Sadaradaya Kandare Surtuva Sachinandana. May that Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost chambers of your heart. Resplendent with the radiance of molten gold, he has appeared in this age of Kali by his causeless mercy, to give what no incarnation has ever given before, the service of Srimati Radhika as the confidential maid servant. So, if we think carefully about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is Krishna, but we don't see his pastimes in the mood of Krishna 5,000 years ago. His mood was, how can a conditioned soul be given the holy name of the Lord? So if we want to truly understand this Manjari Bhav, we should meditate deeply. How can we help other conditioned souls understand this Hare Krishna mantra? To give a book is wonderful. It's the beginning.
but it goes deeper. When we see a new person, we should beg them, please sit down and try to understand this knowledge. So that's all there is to say. Just go from your heart, do more, a little more. Just try to go above and beyond. Not just, oh, here's a book and that's the end. Try to make relationships and help people understand what is service to Radha and Krishna.
Now we're going to enter a deep discussion for many hours to decide who was the best. But it's very difficult, very difficult. Very tight. Okay, we want to ask the audience. Good Hari Prabhu ji. Please raise your hand for Giridhari Prabhu. Giridhari, stand up, Giridhari. This is Giridhari. Who is in favor of Giridhari Prabhu? Who's in favor of Radha Kanti Devi? Ram Govinda Prabhu. Mahalakshmi.
Difference of opinion.
But the public voted.
So for all those who are sitting on the edge of their seats in this amazing transcendental philosophical competition to glorify Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the presence of our beloved Srila Gurudeva, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj, we have come by his order to a decision. We announce that there is a tie. Radha Kanti Devi and Mahalakshmi Devi. Srila Gurudeva has veto power. Veto power. Gurudeva can give his veto. Prabhu, please pull your car in second gate here. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala